afternoon meditation. Just giving yourself the gift of the next half an hour or so's time out, going somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed. Next half an hour, putting your phone on mute or silent. Sitting comfortably in your favorite meditation posture, whatever that happens to be. So you could sit cross-legged, sit in lotus or half lotus. If you're an advanced meditator, you'll know what those mean. If you're sitting on a chair, just sit with your feet shoulder-width apart, cup your hands in your lap. Keep your back straight, close your eyes. And just start off by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. So just breathing in through the nose into the lower stomach, blowing that up like a balloon. Squeeze your sphincter muscle, the muscle used to contract the flow of urine. The base of the spine, that locks the energy in. And just keep that lock engaged during the inhale. And then you just draw the energy up into your heart center. Feel this lovely warm tingling sensation flowing into your heart. Put one hand on your heart center to connect with your heart energy. Draw the energy up the spine into the crown of your head. Pause at the top of the inhale. Smile. And just check in with your mind. So just noticing any thoughts and emotions going on. Thoughts about the past, thoughts about the future. And any emotions that go with those. So particularly any negativity. If there's any resentments, grievances over the past, fear about the future. Just notice how this feels mentally, thoughts, emotions, and physically. Usually these things show up physically in some way or another, even if it's just a very subtle kind of churning in your stomach, a knot in your stomach, tight chest, clenched jaw, clenched fists, dry mouth, sweaty palms. The extreme nausea, panic attacks, these kinds of things can come just from our thoughts. So wherever you are on that spectrum, just notice and just choose to let it all go with the help of your breath. So exhaling it all out, just blowing this energy out like a black smoke out of your mouth. It'll leave you, and the energy is just subsiding back down from the crown of your head, down the front channel of your body, into the lower stomach, just coming to rest there. Pull the lower stomach into the spine. Pause at the bottom of the exhale. Smile. Connect with the peace and the stillness and the gap between breaths. Notice the gaps between your breaths and the gaps between words, sentences as we go, because this is where everything is really pointing you into the gaps, the stillness and the silence. Beyond thought, beyond breath, beyond movement, beyond anything in this world. So breathing in again. Breathing into the lower stomach. Filling your stomach up like a balloon. To your heart center. Keep your hand over your heart. Feel this life energy rising up the spine. Squeeze your sphincter muscle to lock it in. Create a pumping action and simultaneously draw it up the spine. To your breath, notice the air flowing into the nostrils. The air flowing into your head. Energy rising up like a tide of energy. So a warm wave of energy just rising up into the crown of your head. Pause at the top of the inhale. Smile. Just connect in with the peace and the stillness and the gap between breaths. Now exhale. Just exhale, sigh it all out. And the air flow out of your nostrils, chest and stomach. Suck back in. And just make a sighing sound in the back of your throat as though you're fogging sunglasses. As you keep your mouth closed, energy subsides back down into the front channel of your body. And then you just rest there. The bottom of the exhale in peace and stillness. And then breathing in again. Nice deep inhale, watching the breath, noticing all the subtle sensations of the breath, the stomach rise, chest rise, subtle flow of air into the nostrils, clenching of the sphincter muscle, the energy drawing up the spine into the crown of your head. Feel a warmth and a heat in your head. Pause, smile, and exhale. Just sigh it all out. Make a sighing sound in the back of your throat. Notice the air flowing out of your nostrils. Chest and the stomach suck back in, and the energy subsides back down. Like a wave just breaking back into the ocean. You make the sighing sound. It sounds like a wave. Your energy comes to rest in your lower stomach and your groin area. So just let go of any mental resistance to the dog barking. Just use it as part of the meditation, just dropping any thoughts, any feelings towards that. And it'll go with the breath. Just step back and watch your breath. Just going to breathe in and out through your nose. Nice, deep, slow, rhythmical breaths. And just notice all the subtle sensations of the breath. Bringing your mind into complete present moment awareness. Smile, breathe. Just watch, just observe your mind, observe the thoughts are arising. If you notice thoughts, just let them go by putting all your attention on the breath. Imagine they're like cloud patterns just drifting by in the sky. They have no power to obscure the sky, which is your eternally serene awareness of your higher self. Christ, which is the subject of today's lesson. So just keep breathing in this nice, deep, slow, rhythmical way. Keep watching the breath to keep your mind nice and still, calm, empty, open, but aware. And you're just going to listen to these words. I'm going to read you. This is from the preliminary section to this last series of 10 workbook lessons. We're on in the home stretch, nearly finished 1 year of workbook lessons. And this section is very appropriately asks the question, what am I? What am I? Which is really the ultimate question. So, as you listen to the answer, just keep watching your breath, staying nice and still, calm, empty, open, but aware as you watch your breath. Mind yourself there's really nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, nothing else to think about. Just be present, be still. Let these words just sink into your mind, to a deeper part of your mind. This is your subconscious mind, which is where they're needed to undo the default thought system of the ego. And listen emotionally and energetically rather than just intellectually. So keep one hand on your heart and just keep breathing into your heart. It keeps your awareness in your heart There's an intelligence in your heart that is way beyond what's in the brain. So you listen with your heart, means you're listening energetically, you're feeling in to these words, you're allowing them to drop into a deeper part of your mind, which is where they need to go, subconscious, emotional realm where the ego likes to reside. And it's where we need to go to undo its hold on our minds. So just keep watching your breath as you listen to Jesus' answer to this question, what am I? And you can repeat after me in your own mind as you say these words, because it's in the first person. I am God's son, or I am love's extension, would be another way of saying the same thing. Complete and healed and whole, shining in the reflection of his love. In me is creation sanctified and guaranteed eternal life. In me is love perfected, fear impossible, and joy established, without opposite. I am the holy home of God himself. I am the holy home of love itself. It was replace the word God with love, and you can do similar substitutions of other so-called Christian terms, which I'll help you to do as we go on. So say, I am the heaven where his love resides, where love itself resides. I am his holy sinlessness itself, for in my purity abides his own. So just watching your breath, step back, stay nice and still, calm, empty, open but aware. So allow the deeper meaning of these words just to permeate in, just to penetrate. On a deeper level into your mind. Now let's continue with the lesson. Our use for words is almost over now. It's in the final days of this 1 year we gave to God together. Gave to this eternal loving presence together, you and I. We found a single purpose that we shared. And thus you joined with me. So what I am are you as well. The truth of what we are is not for words to speak of nor describe. Yet, we can realize our function here. And words can speak of this and teach it too, if we exemplify the words in us. So this is Jesus speaking directly to you. You gave this year with him to God to take the journey home, to learn what you need to learn to forgive and to release, to heal, to realize your only function here, which words can speak of and teach. We can teach it. Through our example, if we exemplify beyond examples of the words in us, because we are the bringers of salvation. We accept our part as saviors of the world, which through our joint forgiveness is redeemed. And this, our gift, is therefore given us. We look on everyone as brother and perceive all things as kindly and as good. We do not seek a function that is past the gates of heaven. Knowledge will return when we have done our part. We are concerned only with giving welcome to the truth. And so just pause, smile, watch your breath. Maybe you feel a little glimpse of this heavenly state. Knowledge of a domain, a reality beyond this one, which will return when we've done our part, which is simply to forgive the world. So we are concerned only with giving welcome to the truth. Eyes are the eyes through which Christ's vision sees the world redeemed from every thought of sin. Eyes are the ears that hear the voice for God, the voice for love proclaim the world as sinless. And you can substitute the word Christ for the phrase higher self. So I'll read those words again. Eyes are the eyes through which my higher self's vision sees the world redeemed from every thought of sin. Eyes are the ears that hear the voice for love proclaim the world as sinless. Eyes the minds that join together as we bless the world. And from the oneness that we have attained, we call to all our brothers, asking them to share our peace and consummate our joy. And just smile, feel that peace washing over you, joy arising in your heart and your mind. Smile. So you breathe in a nice deep breath in, breathing this love and this peace and this joy in to your body. Every pore of your body, every cell, every muscle is infused. It's beautiful, loving, peaceful, joyful energy. You can visualize a light flowing into you. Beautiful golden or white light flowing into your stomach, your heart center, your chest, third eye between your eyebrows, the crown of your head. Every pore, every cell, every muscle. Your body is filled with that light, extending to your entire mind. There's nowhere the light is not. And this light made you recognize your true function in this world. Just to be a messenger of God, a messenger of love. So Jesus says, we are the holy messengers of God, this eternal loving presence, who speak for Him and carrying His word to everyone whom He has sent to us. We learn that it is written on our hearts. Put your hand on your heart if it's slipped down, just really connecting in, breathing this loving presence into your heart center. Feel it written on your heart, as the text says. And thus our minds are changed about the aim for which we came and which we seek to serve. We bring glad tidings to the Son of God, the extension of love itself. We thought He suffered. Now is He redeemed. And as He sees the gates of heaven stand open before Him, He will enter in and disappear into the heart of God, the heart of love. So I just feel that happening. It's disappearing in, sinking in to this deeper place in your mind, to the heart of love. And now we're going to move on to today's lesson, workbook lesson 353. So breathing in. Breathing in this loving essence, this presence into your stomach, your heart center, your third eye between your eyebrows, your crown, every pore, every cell, every muscle. It's infused with this light. You can imagine a golden or white light flowing into your body, flowing up, like a column of golden or white light up your spine, away from the base of the spine into the crown of your head. Keep one hand on your heart center. Just be very aware of all of your body senses. So that's what this lesson refers to. It's So as you notice your eyes, which are closed, your tongue, your hands, your feet, say to yourself, my eyes, my tongue, my hands, my feet today have but one purpose, to be given Christ, this higher self that I share with everyone, to use to bless the world with miracles. And as you exhale, say, Father, Source, Creator, I give all that is mine today to Christ, my higher self, to use in any way that best will serve the purpose that I share with Him. So as you exhale, just feel that giving, that you're just really letting go of your own ideas, your own intentions. Saying, I don't really know. How can I know the way back to God or love? And my ego cannot know. It just wants me to stay separate forever. So just be willing to give everything, surrender everything. Sinking in this deeper part of your mind where you're in touch with the Christ, your higher self. And you can experience this unconditional love and peace that Christ brings you. So breathing in again. Imagine you breathing this beautiful golden and white light into your stomach, your heart center, your third eye, between your eyebrows, your crown. Let's clench the sphincter muscle, draw the light up like a column of golden and white light, flowing into your heart center. Feel it flowing up and in. Put your one hand over your heart. Feel that nice, warm, comforting presence. And then you draw the light all the way up into the crown of your head. Feel this warm, light energy tingling up your spine. Pause at the top of the inhale. And I'll say, nothing is mine alone. For He and I, this is Christ, your higher self, have joined in purpose, and thus has learning come almost to its appointed end, while I work with Him to serve His purpose. And I lose myself in my identity and recognize that Christ is but my capital self. So just as you exhale, letting everything else go, all thoughts or words, emotions, anything that I want to keep the mind occupied with, just blowing all that away. So nothing is there it was, it still is. From the lower stomach into the spine, so you're completely empty of air and of your old identity. And then temporarily, just giving yourself a little space and time in which to experience something different and allow the Christ, this true identity, to come in to your mind. You might feel sudden peace overwhelming you, happiness for no reason, a smile. Just notice these cues and just allow this identity to come in. Just drop everything else away, lose yourself in your true identity. When you do that, you can't help but recognize that the Christ, the one self, conception of yourself as one rather than separate. One self, one mind, one heart. There is nothing else. That's what the sentence means. To lose yourself in your identity. Recognize that Christ is but yourself. Not asking to do anything extraordinary on the level of the world. Just ask to surrender, to let go. To trust everything to His higher self, Christ in you. So The next couple of minutes, just breathe, relax, step back, watch your breath, and allow yourself to get lost in this identity. As you think nothing else, you need do nothing. It's a famous quote from the Course in Miracles. I need do nothing. You need do nothing but step back, watch your breath, and lose yourself in your identity. For the next 2 minutes of silence. And so if any thoughts arise that disturb that deep peace, that connection with your true identity, just notice them, notice the emotions. Imagine they're just like cloud patterns drifting by in the sky. They have no power to obscure your true identity, awareness of that identity, which is the sky in this analogy. So just put all your attention on your breath as you exhale. Just imagine blowing them away with the breath. Clouds have no power to obscure your true self, true identity. So surrender into that, sink into that with a smile for the next minute of silence. And so just gently on the count of 3, you're going to bring your awareness back into the body, back into the world, through your breath. Same way we enter the meditation, you come out of it. So just noticing the air flowing into the nostrils, chest rising, stomach rising, subtle flow of air into the nostrils. Life energy rising up the spine to the crown of your head. Pause at the top of the inhale. Smile. Find the peace and the stillness and the gap between breaths. This is where you'll find the Christ. Nowhere else. When you exhale, just sigh it all out. Notice the air flowing out of your nostrils. Chest and the stomach suck back in. Energy subsides back down the front channel of your body. Coming to rest in the lower stomach and your groin. That's 1, 2. Just noticing the weight of your body pressing down into the chair, feet touching the ground, grounding yourself back into the body, But you keep peace is still there. Awareness of that peace need never leave you, so it's always there, available in your mind. Notice what your body's feeling and touching as you inhale again. Maybe you notice a subtle smell in your nose, a taste in your mouth. Notice what you're hearing, the surrounding environment. Just noticing all these things, very calm, surrendered place. This is Christ's vision. A place where you're not identified with the body, with your apparently separate perceptions and goals and dreams, desires, fears, expectations, and so on. It's just a stillness. There's a peace that underlies everything you perceive. From this state of mind, you can bless the world with miracles. So breathing in again, and a sip of air in, just feel like you're breathing in the light and the love that only wants to extend through you to bless the world with miracles. These are the shifts of perception from fear to love that are available in almost every situation. So when you exhale, blowing it all out. Feel like you're blessing the world with miracles of love and light that are in you. So it is said, so it is done. Smile. And so 3, open your eyes, looking around. Just take a minute or so to reorient yourself back into the world, into your sensory perception. Visual sense is often the strongest, so just looking around, up, down, behind you, to the side. Let your eyes just randomly rest on an object for a couple of seconds. Don't name it, judge it, label it, interpret it. Just allow it to be, and then move on to something else, and something else, and so on and so on. Or a few, maybe half a dozen objects. And notice that it doesn't really matter what you perceive, the specifics of your object, when you're in this state of Christ consciousness. You have Christ's vision. You don't see separation. You don't see differences. So it's all about how you interpret what you see. So notice that the underlying peace and the stillness and that awareness that you rooted into, hopefully quite deeply after half an hour meditation, is the same no matter what. Whether you're seeing, feeling, touching, tasting, hearing, smelling. Doesn't matter what your senses tell you. When you're in this state, you can use all of the senses, your eyes, hands, feet, your tongue, all of your thoughts, your words, your actions, have but one purpose: to be given to Christ, to your higher self, to use to bless the world with miracles. It's a very profound lesson. So the higher self will take and use all of your sense perceptions, your body, to extend love, basically. Miracles, just love extending. Bless the world with miracles through you. So set that intention for the evening and the week ahead. So it is said, so it is done. And to help you to stay connected to this loving presence, this miraculous purpose, you can listen to the shorter recording that I've sent you if you're in the Art of Letting Go Club. Sent it earlier this afternoon. Top yourself up with that this evening. Frequently you can listen to it in response to anything that upsets you, that disturbs your peace in any way. That should keep you connected to this true identity, Christ in you. And that in turn will help you to have a very loving, peaceful, flowing evening and week ahead. So that's what I wish for you. Thank you for listening. And namaste. which means the Christ in me, the higher self in me, honors and acknowledges the Christ in you, your own higher self, which is the same. We are one. Thanks again for listening. Peace.